SMEs. As you are all aware, the mindset of this government under the visionary leadership of Prime Minister Narendra Modi has been to leverage technology to make processes transparent, open and efficient. In fact, if I may quote the Honorable Prime Minister, mere good governance is not enough. It has to be pro-people and proactive. Good governance is putting people at the center of development process. I think this summarizes the philosophy by which this government has been working for the last 6 years. It has been a continuous effort to reach out to all segments of society, particularly the marginalized sections of society who have been deprived of even the basic amenities for so many years. And when we are looking at development from that pro-people perspective, government procurement obviously expands. Government procurement has to be more efficient. Every penny saved is a penny earned, as they say. So every rupee that the government can save through greater competition, through transparency, will help us serve the people even better. I still remember the days when an erstwhile Prime Minister had sadly made a comment that for every rupee that the government spends, only 15 paisa reaches the poor. Prime Minister Narendra Modi changed that equation to make sure that the government gets a big bang for every rupee that we spend. Ensure that every rupee is spent for public good. It expands public good. It reaches out to the sections who deserve it, who need it the most. And we have worked relentlessly in 6 years to bring about honesty and eliminate corruption in government. In fact, this being a program which is looking at digital exhibitions and conferences, in a way, as you very rightly point out, technology-enabled government procurement will lead towards efficiency, transparency, and inclusivity. Because technology leads to transparency, transparency leads to trust, and trust will transform this nation. To my mind, the country has moved from corruption to clean government, from clean government to confidence of the people of India, and that confidence of the people of India will lead to greater commerce, both within the country and internationally. As they say, news channels, newspapers all calculate their success and their reach through TRPs. For GEM, what is a TRP? For GEM, TRP is trust, reliability, and prosperity. If we can earn the trust of the people of India in government procurement, if we can ensure reliable supply of good quality products in a timely and competitive manner, the government is a buyer. It will certainly lead to the prosperity of the nation and the prosperity of 130 crore Indians in the country. For maximum efficiency, we need to have minimum government, and e-governance and e-procurement is certainly a step in that direction. As Mr. Taleen Kumar rightly mentioned, our public procurement of government would easily be in the range of $100 to $150 billion. probably more. If you combine all the public sector undertakings, state governments, local bodies, panchayats, I myself find that in the railways, we have at least $10 billion of direct procurement. It could be procurement for the railway operations. It could be procurement for the public sector undertakings under the railways. It could be procurement for our production units. All of these put together procure about 70 to 75,000 crores of goods. If we add the services that we outsource, it will become probably even higher. At a later stage, GEM will also move from goods and services to works contracts. And I'm very happy to share with all of you that GEM and Indian Railways are burning the midnight oil, working day and night to ensure that they can quickly move this entire 70,000 crore procurement on the GEM platform. Our own belief is it will save the railways not less than 10 to 15%. It could be a saving of as high as 10,000 crores for greater development, faster development of the railways, better products and services, and wider competition within the country for supply of goods. The railways buys more than 98% of their products and goods and services in India. They are all made in India. We are proud of our Make in India, our Atmanirbhar Bharat contribution, and that having moved to GEM in the next probably 8 to 12 months will certainly become much more transparent, much more seamless, much more easy for people to engage with, much more efficient and faster, and help us to serve the people of India better and more effective. In fact, if I may share a small story, and I am going back probably 15 odd years. I remember actually maybe 20 years, if I remember correctly now, somewhere in 1999, I had made a small note and submitted to the government. At that time, we didn't have e-commerce, we didn't have platforms like GEM or any other e-commerce platform. So at that time, what triggered off this note was an information I got from a public hospital of their procurement of some 1,800 numbers. I think so. It's a little faded memory right now, being 20 years old. It was about 1,800 numbers of that kidney-shaped vessel which are used in hospitals, in which surgical instruments are kept. I think we must have all seen that small little kidney-shaped vessel of stainless steel in which they keep all the sterilized surgical equipment. It's used widely in hospitals. Somebody came up to me and said that a public hospital had procured 1,800 of those for 2,000 rupees. I was aghast. My own sense was it should be available in the market for 50 rupees or 100 rupees. When I went deeper into it, I found that what was done was a small spec was changed from the standard product that was available in the market. So if the kidney-shaped vessel available in the market was of a certain shape, to change the angle a little bit, change the depth a little bit, or make a small amendment in the quality of material, and then it becomes a specialized product. And once it becomes a specialized product, then it needs a whole elaborate process of bidding, shortlisting vendors, in that restricting vendors, because you can say that everybody doesn't qualify to become a vendor, and then cartels can be formed, which can lead to very expensive procurement. I remember making a note 20 years ago suggesting that all government procurement all over the country should come onto a centralized database based on the harmonized system of coding, HSN code, so that every procurement anywhere in the country is known to the whole world. Internet had just come in around that time, 99, 2000. So we had internet at that. I said it should all be on the internet with the HSN code of the product that you are procuring, so that the whole world can see how much the government of India procures of each product. These same kidney stone vessels, if you look at it across the country, the quantity being procured must be in millions. But that particular hospital was only buying 18. But if that knowledge was to be available to everybody, that this is required in such large volumes, I think the quality of the product would improve. More people would come in and compete for every government procurement order, and we would be able to actually bring more transparency. Because when on one HSN code, all the data is available in public domain, then you can easily compare that why did one place buy it for 50 rupees and another place buy it for 2000 or even 500. I feel delighted that in some sense, GEM has gone far beyond that in its ability to provide information to the world about what products are used in what quantity. Now he just mentioned that from 1st July, all procurement prices have been made public so that the world will know at what price a particular product is being bought. And should this cup in which I am drinking water and Chandrajit is drinking tea be bought at a ridiculously high price by anybody in government, it will immediately show up in the GEM portal as an outlier. As an outlier, it needs to be investigated. That's the direction in which we are all moving. We want to make GEM a unified public portal for procurement in India. The Railways has committed itself fully to integrate with GEM and move all our procurement there. You imagine, we'll save thousands and thousands of man hours, maybe millions of man hours of procurement time. Amount of elaborate tendering, advertisement, bids, bid opening, reverse auction, all of that will become so seamless that our digital system of the railways will flag off the requirement on the GEM portal. It will be available for the whole world to see. More and more people will be enticed to register on GEM as suppliers. They can bid for this order on GEM on real-time basis. It's one of those which has a reverse auction that will be carried out on the GEM portal, and supplies can start. Those who fail to supply or are bad in quality will be blacklisted, not only on GEM, but will be blacklisted throughout the government system. We'll ensure that the entire government system does not entertain this company anymore or such suppliers anymore. I've also asked GEM to make sure that we catch the entire ecosystem. So if one company is a failed supplier, cannot be trusted, gives bad quality or high prices, then all his group will be verified and notified to the entire government ecosystem, so that people can beware of such bad supply. I think this will lead to better quality products in government and more honest procurement in a big way. And I have full confidence that GEM will transform the way government e-procurement takes place. It has done some wonderful work in its first 5 years. Large part of this period was also a developmental initiative, was also popularizing the concept. They faced a lot of resistance, as is bound to happen in such a project. But I must say that under the leadership of Prime Minister Narendra Modi, who has taken personal interest to make this program a success, who's given a lot of wonderful guidance and suggestions to Taleen, to me, to our entire team from time to time to improvise processes in GEM, make them far more simple, make them friendly for our MSME sector. I am confident that GEM will be able to unlock significant value and help channelize resources, greater resources for public good, for the various development schemes and projects that the government is taking up. Going forward, the advantages of GEM are so many for every supplier that I would urge all those who have good quality product to look at coming and registering on GEM, marking that they are a made in India product, but that's going to be an essential part of public procurement going forward. All contracts up to 200 crores are now going to be with preference for made in India product, reserved for made in India product, unless it can be verified and validated that that product is not available in India. But the moment that happens, we'll publicize it. I think GEM should also play a role in publicizing all those products which are not made in India but are required in India in a big way, so that we can encourage our entrepreneurs to plan to make those products in India. Just like we are doing in the railways, we've identified all products which are yet being imported and are working through RDSO to develop new vendors for those products. Since I have a number of suppliers, I'm happy to share with you that we have taken certain game-changing reform measures in railway vendor registration also. A number of products are being moved out of vendor registration. So mostly safety items are being kept for vendor registration. Otherwise, we'd like everybody to participate in public procurement in railways. Secondly, if you are registered in any one organization, could be RDSO, could be a production unit, could be a zonal railway, you are deemed to be registered throughout the railway. You don't need to have separate registration at different production units or zones. Any one registration, you are automatically registered throughout the railway. RDSO is completely online. I've asked them not to even visit unless absolutely necessary, or only have one visit to check the facility. Everything else, correspondence, application, payment of fees, all is going to move online now. Everything will be transparent in public domain. Which applications are pending since long, and they've assured me before the end of calendar 2020, every application for vendor registration or approval of a new design will be within the stipulated timeline. And all products where RDSO approval is required are mapped out on the website with the timeline. How many days it will take to approve a vendor. We have reduced the number of products that require RDSO approval from 660 odd to about 400 now. Now we are examining this 400 to reduce them further. We are moving RDSO more and more towards new technologies, introducing safety, new measures for safety products and equipment, mechanization and modern technologies. And I would urge suppliers or startups and our entrepreneurs who have new suggestions, new ideas to share with us, to kindly approach RDSO, approach the railways. If you face any difficulty, please approach my office directly. But we would like all of you to contribute to a better railway in the future, and of course to better public procurement through GEM going forward. Our MSMEs, which are the backbone of our economy, are at the center of our focus, and whatever it takes to support an MSME, GEM will be willing to do it, railways will be willing to do it, all government funds are committed. I would urge all the participants to please let us know if in any way we can be of any assistance to our MSMEs We are at your service. We would love to serve you more, serve you better. Incidentally, while we are on this call, I must share with you the railways also, in terms of moving freight, has made some game-changing transformational initiative. So all goods sheds are being upgraded. All private sidings are being given full permission to convert to a public siding, to have as many users as they want without restriction. It will be notified in the next few days. To work as a goods shed or as a public siding, no extra charges are being asked from them for converting to public siding. The speed of freight trains has doubled from 23 kilometers per hour to 46 kilometers per hour. In the last 12 days, we have moved more material per day than we moved last year on the same day. So just I can share with you yesterday's information. It's very exciting. It's encouraging and builds up confidence. Yesterday, the freight train speed was 47.41 kilometers per hour, as against 23.44 same day last. Chandrajit, that's 102% faster. And we plan to continue it even afterwards, even after passenger trains keep starting increasing or getting back to the system. Freight will be now timetable trains, and you will get goods moving from, let's say, Mumbai to the northeast in 2 days or 2.5 days compared to 7 days earlier. That is going to be the transformation that we will commit to our customers. At some stage later on, I'm going to have committed timelines delivery with a cashback if we don't deliver on time, somewhat like Domino's pizzas. We have parcel trains running on several routes across the country, and I would encourage more and more people to use our parcel trains. Incidentally, my wife just told me yesterday that she had spent some 28,000 rupees on sending some material by truck from Mumbai, my Mumbai home to my Delhi home. Some furniture that we were moving there. I realized that the same thing could have been done in railways much cheaper. So I think recently she was telling me she's spent 8,000 rupees on sending some material from Mumbai to Delhi by railway, which otherwise she would have had to spend about 17 or 18,000 rupees. It was not a full truckload, smaller amount. If she had sent it through one of the courier companies or one of the freight forwarders. So railways is offering you very, very attractive options of small quantities, large quantities, bulk, packaged goods. We are upgrading our goods sheds, our parcel depots, and if any of the stakeholders has more suggestions or particular problems, please do let us know. We now have a business development unit in every division. So instead of you coming to us, we will come to you to solicit your business, because as they say, customer is king. And all of you who can use the railways, I would urge you to explore that. Good news is, yesterday we loaded 2.99 million tons, which is a 6% growth over the same day last year. So the economy is coming back into shape. Our entrepreneurs, our business people, our industry has shown resilience, has brought back economic activity to reasonably high levels once again. And let me assure all of you, this government stands with you shoulder to shoulder to help you revive your businesses, to help you make your businesses competitive, more efficient, and serve not only the needs of India, but become a global player in a much larger way through the Atmanirbhar Bharat package and several other initiatives before and after Atmanirbhar Bharat package. This government is on a high trajectory to serve the people, to transfer to a larger number of people across the length and breadth of the country, and to bring back the confidence in our businessmen, to increase economic activity, to serve the people of India, serve the world, and we will be there to help you achieve this, to become Atmanirbhar in the true sense of the word. I wish CII and others will spread the awareness and message among all so that we can get more and more people back to business, and we can get more and more people use the railways, and obviously in this very important public procurement conclave, we can get more and more businesses to register on GEM, to become suppliers to the government on GEM. This is wonderful news he gave, that delayed payment also you get interest. If anybody delays, what better can one offer? So government is open for business. GEM is waiting for you to play the bridge between business and government, for you to supply to government your products of high quality at competitive prices in an honest, transparent manner. I invite all of you to participate in this national mission that GEM has set out to achieve. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Please stay safe, stay healthy, take care of your and your near and dear ones. Care of using a mask whenever you are in public or a face cover. Ensure you maintain social distancing. Let's not get careless. We are not over COVID as yet, but certainly let's not allow it to intimidate us. Let's overcome the fears of COVID and get back into working, get back to more and more economic activity. My best wishes to all of you on this very, very auspicious day. The Quit India movement on the 9th of August at Agast Kranti Maidan had laid the foundation of Indian independence movement, and I wish all of you the very best in our new freedom struggle. Freedom from dependence on others. Let's get economic independence as a nation starting now. Thank you very much.